ready to decode the wild world of dating apps. We're diving into some, well, pretty bold advice from this YouTube dating coach who says he's like, crack the code.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and get this. He says it all starts before you even download a single app.
Interesting. What, like mentally preparing yourself?
That's part of it, but he takes it way further. He compares finding a partner to, get this, making a sale. You are the product, and your dating profile is the ad campaign.
Okay, I mean, I get it. I can see where he's coming from.
Right. So drawing from his background, by the way, he used to work in commission sales.
Fascinating. So he's bringing that whole approach to dating.
Exactly. And just like in marketing, he says prep is key. You know, got to put your best foot forward, craft this compelling image to really resonate with your target audience.
That's all about branding, right? Presenting yourself in the best possible light.
100%. But he's not talking about like a quick selfie and calling it a day, more like a full-blown photo shoot. He actually suggests taking hundreds of pictures to find those perfect shots.
Wow, hundreds. That's dedication.
Right. I mean, talk about above and beyond. But he's tapping into the whole, power of first impressions.
Oh, absolutely. And there's research to back that up. Studies show visuals are super persuasive, especially with online dating, where people are making those split-second decisions based on profiles.
Exactly. And high-quality photos, they just hit different. It shows you care.
Right? Absolutely. It's a
Yeah.
signal, right? Like you're serious about this. You're putting your best self out there.
And speaking of putting your best self out there, he had some interesting, maybe even slightly extra advice on what kind of pictures to use.
Like what?
Think photos with animals.
Okay, classic. Who doesn't love a cute puppy?
Right. Showcasing your hobbies, like if you're into photography or something. And even like hinting at an aspirational lifestyle, like the I travel to exotic places vibe.
I see. So it's about showcasing your best self, but also like who you aspire to be.
Exactly. It's like he's saying, don't just show them where you're at, show them where you're going.
Interesting. I can see how that would be appealing. Kind of like, hey, come along for the ride.
Right. But it's interesting because on one hand, it feels a little, I don't know, strategic, almost like you're creating a persona.
Right.
But on the other hand, isn't there some truth to the idea of putting your best foot forward? We all do it to some extent.
Oh, totally. It's about presenting yourself authentically, but also being mindful of how you're perceived, right? Like, let's be real. People make assumptions based on limited information.
That's true. First impressions and all that.
Exactly.
So it's not about being fake. It's about being, well, strategic.
Exactly. Think of it like a first date in the real world. You wouldn't show up in your pajamas. You put effort into how you look, how you present yourself. Right?
Very true. Very true. He also had this funny little quip about avoiding selfies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he made it sound like a selfie is the kiss of death on a dating app.
Wow. Okay. I mean, I guess I can kind of see that. Like a selfie can sometimes come across as a little, I don't know.
Low effort.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, and he's all about that high-quality presentation.
Right. Right. Because, well, a professionally taken photo can signal, hey, I take myself seriously. I'm willing to put in the effort.
Exactly. It shows you're invested.
Yeah.
So the takeaway from this whole pre-game prep is basically this. You are a walking, talking ad campaign, and your profile is your billboard.
I like that.
Catchy, right?
Yeah.
But it's not just about appearances, and I'm sure he gets into that later. He also emphasizes this whole thing about crafting a bio, right? Making it both engaging and informative, highlighting your interests and your values. It's about giving these potential matches a glimpse into who you are, beyond the, those perfectly curated photos.
Right. You got to have substance to back up the style.
Exactly. He's big on showcasing your personality, using humor to stand out from the crowd. He even recommends imagining like you're at a party and you're trying to strike up a conversation with someone you find interesting.
Okay. I like that.
What would you say? What questions would you ask?
It's about breaking the ice.
Exactly. Sparking that curiosity, making people want to, learn more, engage with you.
Right, because a picture's only going to get you so far, right?
Exactly.
You got to have something to talk about.
Yes. And most importantly, he stressed being genuine.
Oh, for sure.
Let your true self shine through. He even said something like, don't be afraid to be a little weird. Embrace what makes you unique.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you want to attract people who appreciate you for you, not some like fabricated version of yourself.
Back. Authenticity is key.
Okay.
Okay, so we're in the game, right? Profiles polished, pictures are popping. Do we just like start swiping right on everyone and just hope for the best?
He would say absolutely not.
Oh, really?
This is where he really dives into that sales mindset.
Yeah. Okay.
Each like is like this opportunity to make a connection. It's not just a numbers game.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we up our game then? Because from what you've said, he's really adamant about crafting these personalized messages and going beyond the generic, like, hey, how are you?
Oh, yeah. He hates that.
Really?
He's like, don't you dare send a hey. Don't you dare.
Wow, he sounds intense.
He's very passionate.
Yeah.
But he sees it as a chance to really showcase that you've actually looked at someone's profile.
Okay.
That you found those points of common interest. It's like you're at a party. Instead of awkwardly standing around like you said, you actually start a conversation based on something you genuinely find intriguing about the other person.
He actually uses the analogy of a detective.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like looking for clues and profiles to spark a conversation.
I like that.
He says things like, find the conversation gold.
Okay.
Those details that reveal shared interests or like spark your curiosity.
You're showing you're really paying attention.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating you're not just, like out there like randomly swiping right on everyone.
Right.
You're being intentional and looking for a genuine connection.
It makes a difference.
Right. And he's got a whole strategy for like crafting these conversations starting messages. He says you should always ask a question, reference something specific from their profile, like, I see you love to hike. What's your favorite trail around here? Something like that.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's effective.
Right.
And it shows that you're paying attention. You're genuinely interested.
Exactly. And he even suggests weaving in a bit of humor if it feels natural. But here's where he gets really bold. He is not a fan of lingering in the texting phase for too long.
Oh, he wants to get you off the apps as soon as possible.
Get out of the metaverse, right?
Exactly. He's all about that real-world connection.
He actually advocates for moving to a phone call as soon as there's a spark. It's like he's trying to bring back this like old school dating etiquette in this very digital age.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
A little bold, but I kind of like that.
Yeah. He says something like, voice is the missing ingredient in online dating.
Oh, okay.
He believes that hearing someone's voice creates a much deeper connection than just reading text on a screen.
And, there's actually some psychological backing to that, right? Like, our voices convey so much emotion, so much nuance that can get lost in translation through text.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, how many times have you gotten the wrong idea from a text message?
Oh, 100%. So many times.
Right, because you're missing that tone of voice. You're missing that inflection.
Yeah, and emojis can only do so much.
Exactly. They can only do so much. So, yeah, I can see where he's coming from with that.
And he argues that a phone call can help you gauge compatibility more quickly and weed out those who just, I don't know, maybe they're a great texter, but you get them on the phone and it's just like, no.
Yeah, no, this is not going to work.
It's just not vibing, right?
It's not vibing, yeah. And it can also help you stand out from the crowd, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this world of endless texting, a phone calls can be kind of a breath of fresh air. It shows that you're confident, you're willing to put yourself out there.
Right, and it shows that you're really like invested in making a connection. You're not just hiding behind, the safety of your phone screen. But he also doesn't sugarcoat the realities of online dating. He's very upfront about the fact that not every interaction is going to be a love connection.
Of course, yeah.
And this is where he talks about building resilience. Because let's face it, rejection is part of the game.
It's a big part of the game.
Oh, 100%. Whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want people to get discouraged or take it personally. He actually compares it, again, back to sales. He's like, not every pitch leads to a sale, but you learn from each experience and you move on.
And that's such an important mindset to have.
Right.
Especially in the context of dating apps where, like we said, rejection can feel amplified. It's so easy to internalize those rejections as a reflection of your self-worth.
Oh, 100%. It's brutal out there.
It is. It's tough. But he actually dives into the psychology of rejection a bit, explaining how it triggers that primal fear of social exclusion.
Yeah.
And this goes back to, like, our cave-dwelling days when being ostracized from the group could literally mean life or death.
Wow.
Right. So even though, obviously, it's not a life or death situation anymore where we're talking about dating apps, our brains still kind of react in a similar way.
Interesting.
So those feelings of, like, feeling crushed by a rejection, it's totally normal. It's not just you being dramatic.
It's not all in our heads, essentially.
Well, it is in our heads, but it's coming from a real place.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and what's important is recognizing those feelings, acknowledging them, and then reframing them. It's not about becoming numb to rejection, but about developing a healthier relationship with it.
So how do we do that? How do we reframe it?
Well, he encourages people to view rejection as a redirection. Like, okay, this didn't work out, but it's bringing me one step closer to finding the right person.
Okay.
It's about kind of shifting your perspective from, why am I not good enough?
Yeah.
To, okay, this just wasn't the right fit, and that's okay.
Okay, so it's all about that positive self-talk and reframing that narrative in your head.
Exactly. And that shift in perspective can be incredibly empowering. It's about reclaiming your power and not letting that fear of rejection hold you back from putting yourself out there.
All right, so let's say you've navigated this whole digital dance floor, dodged a few, maybe more than a few awkward conversations, and actually connected with someone who seems, promising. What happens when you're ready to, take it offline, go on an actual date? How does our dating guru handle that?
Well, buckle up, because he's got a whole system for that too.
Of course he does, right?
He calls it his 3-tier date strategy.
3 tiers. Okay.
Yeah, it's all about maximizing those chances of success while, keeping things from getting too weird too fast.
Okay, I gotta admit, I'm intrigued, but also maybe slightly terrified. Is he gonna, pull out a spreadsheet to plan the perfect date?
Not quite a spreadsheet, but he does have a very structured approach. He suggests having 3 distinct date options ready to go, each tailored to, where you're at in terms of comfort and familiarity.
Okay, all right, I'm all ears. Lay it on me.
Yeah.
What are these 3 tiers?
So tier 1, he calls it the coffee date.
Okay.
Short, sweet, low pressure, just grabbing a quick coffee or a drink, seeing if there's that in-person spark.
Okay.
He says this is ideal for those, those early dates when you're still feeling each other out.
Yeah, it's like a low-stakes trial run before you commit to something bigger.
Exactly. Less pressure. And if the coffee date goes well, he suggests, leveling up, progressing to tier 2, casual lunch date.
Okay.
Still pretty low-key, but it gives you a little bit more time to actually connect, have a real conversation.
Yeah, you can actually, hear each other. He mentioned that, picking a spot where you can hear each other talk, which I really appreciate. Been on way too many dates where it's just I can't even hear you over the music.
Yeah, right. It's impossible. So setting the stage for some actual interaction.
Yes.
And then finally, if the lunch date is wow, okay, we're vibing, he says break out the big guns for tier 3.
Okay.
The formal dinner date.
Ooh, finally, the white tablecloth stage of this operation.
This is it. This is where, you bring it. Romantic ambiance, amazing food, and hopefully some sparks flying across the table.
Okay. So I do have to say, though, it's interesting he's got this whole tiered system, but he's also, from what I what I understand, he's very clear this is a framework, right? You don't have to follow this rigidly, adapt it to your own style, your own comfort level.
Yeah, he even says some people might think this is too formulaic, and that's totally valid. You got to do what feels right for you.
Right. But I do think even if you're not, planning your dates with military precision, there's some good stuff in his approach.
Oh, absolutely. That idea of intentionality.
Yes.
Really thinking about, what do I want to get out of this particular date? What's my goal for this interaction?
I think that's huge. And it's so easy to just go through the motions, especially with online dating, just kind of go on autopilot.
It's so easy to get caught up in the swiping and the texting and forget that the goal is to actually connect with someone.
Exactly. And he's really advocating for this more mindful, more deliberate approach to dating, which I think can apply online or offline. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And, when you're intentional, it makes the whole experience more enjoyable, whether you find a partner or not. At least you're learning, you're growing, you're having fun.
Exactly. So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive into the, I guess, strategic world of online dating, what's the biggest takeaway? What do you really want our listeners to walk away with from this YouTube dating coach?
I think the most valuable thing is this framework for approaching dating with more intention, more self-awareness, and yeah, I'm just going to say it, a little strategy.
A little strategy never hurt anybody.
Exactly. It's he's taking this wild, unpredictable world of online dating and saying, hey, I'm going to give you a roadmap.
I like that. It's a roadmap, not a rule book.
Exactly. And, you might need to take a few detours along the way. That's part of the fun, but
Yeah.
at least you have a starting point.
Right. So whether you're, embracing your inner sales pro or just looking for a few tips to kind of up your dating app game, remember this. It's about being true to yourself, respecting your own boundaries, and approaching dating as this opportunity for connection, for growth, and hey, maybe, just maybe, finding that special someone. Until next time, happy swiping.